Well, next fall I want to revisit the foie gras and hominy puree. Or spoon bread and foie gras.
Spoon bread. Oh, you gotta wait till fall. Heavy?
Corn.
So many people ask me, like, why did I want to go to culinary school in London? I mean, the short answer is I got a student visa so I could legally work. Everybody kind of thinks of British food as boiled food, and I think a lot of that's changed since Gordon Ramsay has become so popular across the globe, but it's also where at that point, British restaurants, British chefs, they had a huge chip on their shoulder. They wanted to be better than the French. They wanted to be better than the Italians. They wanted to be better than the Germans. They wanted to be better than everybody. So they were working that much harder. And it wasn't just strictly this traditional British food. You know, it was very much what they felt to be the best food that they could cook at the time. And I started seeing the inklings of the seasonality of food there. Farm to table is definitely, it was a very hot term, you know, let's say middle 2000s to 2010. And I wouldn't say that it's waning as a term, but I think more people have embraced it. Therefore, it's taken on a more ubiquitous nature. St. Louis and the kind of Midwest region has been really fantastic as far as the amount of ingredients that we've been able to pull, and a lot more ingredients than what most people would typically expect from kind of the meat and potatoes breadbasket of America. So we've been able to really utilize a lot of the white asparagus, like from Freeburg. We've been able to utilize a lot of heritage breed pork and different kind of producers that have been able to supply us with the things we need for our menu, and we can get that stuff faster. It's at our doorsteps than any really good chef in Chicago or New York or San Francisco. We can now expand and kind of focus on other things because so many people are doing it. You know, we're shopping that way, we're cooking that way, and now we get to talk about other things like getting back to those ingredients that maybe have fallen out of popularity. Things like sorghum, things like some of the persimmons that are grown wild around here, but nobody really kind of considers to be much more than just deer food. So we can kind of get away from these kind of pigeonhole terms and move into talking about how do we keep our culture, our food culture, and our food communities going, and do that in a way that also really respects the environment that we're in. I mean, the regional environment. You say nose to tail, and I crack up because I've got pigtails on the menu. But with the nose to tail, I love how Anthony Bourdain kind of talks about it as like this offal or nose to tail mafia in the background. And there's some guys that are really talented at it. We try not to frighten off our customers too much. I'm not saying that we hide all that stuff in there, but when we buy in the whole animals, we definitely use all of it. Question of like, what would be your last meal? You know, and there's no possible way I could answer that. We kind of started just breaking into spring, and we made a Creole cream cheese dish. So Creole cream cheese is a very young, fresh cheese that's traditionally made in New Orleans. Like there would be these, I guess they were like cheese ladies. They'd walk around the streets of New Orleans going to their clients, and they would have like in one hand a tin of the cheese. It was kind of draining, and then a carafe of fresh cream. And so someone would buy the cheese, they would give them the cheese into their container and then pour the cream over it, and it was very kind of like fresh cream cheese with a little bit extra oomph to it from the cream, very kind of mild, and so we make our own Creole cream cheese, and then we kind of treat it like breakfast, which is what it was meant to be. So we have some kind of quick pickled rhubarb on there, so that's like the one part of spring that you can really see it's vibrant, it's red, some granola, and then some extra virgin olive oil, because it's also very similar to like an Italian fresh mozzarella or burrata. So we kind of bridge the world of breakfast and cheesy kind of snack. All right, so as far as the ingredients go, that's the Creole cream cheese, granola, the pickled rhubarb. This is like a lime curd, and then some extra virgin olive oil. So that's basically all the ingredients that we need for this dish, but we need to make sure it's got a little bit of this lime in almost every bite. So we start by doing a spiral of it. Just kind of are covering that spiral a little bit. And then after that, it's really simple as far as take the rhubarb and put it all over. That's really going to provide a lot of color. It's really nice, kind of really pops against that white background. And we're going to put some more on after we sprinkle the granola. This really kind of helps make it
feel much more like a breakfast treat. A little bit more right on top to help it shine through. And then after that, do a few more little dots of the lime curd just kind of on the outside.
So how many do you have left then? How many bags do you have left? One.
And finish it off with some extra virgin olive oil.
Right off the bat.
I got all that.
And that's the dish. Pretty easy, simple, but a lot of good flavors in there. We're happy with it.